Hi guys, good evening. So for those that are new to this channel, I am Molly. I am an entrepreneur, and I have a business called Unicorn Magic Organizing, and pretty much I plan to do multiple things, and I just love doing a bunch of random new things and all that. And so I want you guys to come along for the ride. So pretty much how this goes is that I'm starting this new intro where we are gonna go and kick out our old beliefs into our new beliefs, and I have discussed that that's what I've been going through, and so we're gonna work on this together, and that way I'm helping you guys out. So what you're gonna say is your name and then the affirmation. And so if you don't like your name, you will like it over time. So I'm gonna go and start, and then you guys follow along. Molly, believe in yourself. Molly, believe in yourself. Molly, believe in yourself. So I hope that you guys came along, and you guys will eventually really start seeing your changes over time. So I'm gonna go into a little bit more. So I think that there's a lot of confusion in what I do for a living, and so I'm going to be going over the basics here. For those that don't know, I do professional organizing and cleaning, but I do things a little differently, so I'm going to be going over it. So I'm going to go and show you guys my mascot for this company, and like I promised you guys are going to be seeing the background work for Unicorn Magic Organizing. I've been in business for 1 year. This is my second year, and I am going to show you guys like the facts of what I've gotten, and then you guys will see on how I use these facts into my business. So I'm going to go and show you guys first thing of pastel here. So trying to show. Okay, so guys, this is pastel. She's a really large unicorn here, and she's the face of my company, and I went and made her my face of the company is because I've always have a love for unicorns, and unicorns have magic within themselves, and I believe that we all humans have magic within ourselves, but we sometimes forget that we do. And so sometimes we have to be reminded, and we have to unlock the magic. And so this is something that my company does, and I wanted to elaborate a little bit more because I think a lot of people are confused. So something that I want to tell you guys a little bit more about pastel, and I have a whole story about her on my Instagram, and so if you want to go and look it up, you can go ahead. It's connected onto this TikTok here. So pretty much about pastel, I'm just going to tell you guys the basics here. So she loves dandelions, and the reason why is because it's a sign of hope, and if you read her story, you will realize why. And she loves strawberry ice cream. She loves rainbows. She loves eating. She loves frolicking in meadows. She likes to run. She's very sociable, and she likes to hang out with Umo. So Umo is another unicorn that I created in the story, and those that have followed me, you guys will be seeing the connections later on as I do my entrepreneurship. So yeah, so just you'll see all the connection when you read her story, guys. Okay, so just go on Instagram and just read it. All right, so I'm gonna go and talk to you guys more on what do I do. So I do professional organizing and cleaning. I do all types of cleans, and pretty much most people, when they hire a cleaner, usually they want everything to look perfect, and so yeah, that's kind of my job. And then I am an organizer. So typically when people hire an organizer, you usually think of someone that does systems, color coordination, makes everything easy access. And then they make everything look good, and they're really good at figuring out people's habits, and they hear client concerns. And so that's kind of what an organizer does. So that's what I do. And pretty much when I'm doing these jobs, I hear people's concerns. So people say their problems to me. They talk to me about what they look forward to, or what is internally, what is bothering them within themselves. And so I have went and listened to certain concerns, and I'll go and figure out on how I can use this information to organize their place with psychology. And so I'm going to tell you guys the facts of, about the psychology, and then and then there's going to be another video on my website about how I can organize your place of whatever problems that you have. So it'll be broken down. And so I'm not a psychologist, but I have always been interested in psychology. It's always something that I've always loved, and I look up in my free time. And so I know a lot, and so I utilize my psychology skills into my organizing style to help people meet their goals and help them with their habits. So pretty much my objective is, when I go into someone's place, is I figure out the habits. I do inventories in my head. I'm very good at keeping up with stuff. And so I right when I walk into anywhere, I'm very analytical. So I'll go and figure out, I can literally figure out someone's routine pretty much, or what they did and whatnot. Even if I didn't meet this person, I can figure it out, because I'm just very good at figuring out what they did and their habits, what they did in the morning, were they rush, were they not rush, what type of person are they, stuff like that. And so this is when my skills come in, and it's just something I really love to do. But it just really works with my skill sets when it comes to organizing. So I'm going to be answering common questions that I get from my clients, and especially males ask me this certain question. And so I'm only going to answer one of the questions that because it's just so heavy on info. So several of my clients that are males ask me, can you help me get back into the dating scene? And my answer is yes, I can. And the question is how? And I say, by using facts about psychology. So I'm going to go into a little bit more here. So my goal when I enter into a client's home is to encourage my clients to go out more and to go and meet new people. That's my goal here. So if they tell me that, they won't specifically say that I want to go back in the dating scene, but if I can sense it, then this is the type of goal that I'm trying to do in my organizing style. So pretty much how I know when it comes to relationships, we want them to be organic, and strong relationships are organic. And when I say organic, I mean in a way that you go out somewhere and you do your hobbies or something new, exciting, or if you were with your friends and you meet people, in that sense where it was not really planned too much. So when it's unorganic, it would be more on dating sites or apps, stuff like that. So I'm saying organic by going out and doing your hobbies, something that you love. And so psychologically, we look for people that have raised us, and this kind of narrows down the dating pool. So if I don't really know my client too well because they just up and left, and so I kind of go and figure out by inventory, or if they had like pictures out of, and it shows like their parents like doing something of a hobby, then I kind of go and consider this into my organizing style. And this has helped a lot when it comes to, encourage them to go out and meet new people. So I'm going to go, and I have my notes here because there's so much information. So I think that when we are doing something that we love, then we genuinely really love, like a hobby, something new, something exciting, then we are more in the moment for doing that. And so we are in better spirits, and so we'll meet new people, and I think that relationships can be formed when this happens. And so when we date, we want to be remembered, because when people date, you'll meet like a bunch of people, and then you'll forget them, or they'll forget you, because there's just so many people. And so my goal is for my client is to get them to be remembered, and remember the event and whatnot, and to go and make them be in an organic situation. So psychologically, when our heart rate goes up, we are more remembered. That's just how it is as humans. When our heart rate goes up, we are remembered. So I'm gonna go and give you guys examples. So when our heart rate goes up, it tends to create an emotion for us. So for an example is that when we're on roller coasters, or we're eating spicy food, if you look this up scientifically, our pain receptors come on, and our heart rate goes up. And then a scary movie, exercise day, drag racing with cars, or skydiving. So all of these make our heart rate goes up, and any of these things, we will remember that certain event. Now, if you ask someone, and so this is another example. So if you ask someone, what did they have for breakfast? Many are already forgotten, or if you ask them, what did they have yesterday? Then they will have to really think about it. It takes some time for them. And so now I'm going to give you guys an example here. So scenario one, let's say that I greet you and it's breakfast time, and I'm greeting you with cold water, and it's thrown on your face, and there's a bullhorn, and I have food in my hand. And I then go and take a balloon, I put it next to your ear, and I pop it. So ask yourself this: what emotion did I create? Do you think, would you remember what you ate? So because your heart rate did go up, and you're probably angry, is a connection with an emotion, and you're probably going to throw the food at me. And so, yeah, you're probably going to remember that more specific morning. So scenario two is, now I greet you with delicious food, this yummy breakfast, and there's a singing card, a candle, there's soft music. What emotion did I create? Would you remember that? Would you remember what you ate? You probably would remember, because I did get your heart beat up by I went and had a singing card, so you're probably going to remember it. And you're going to smell the candle, and you're going to hear the soft music, and you're going to smell the delicious food from the breakfast. So this is going to create a certain emotion, and this is going to go and make you remember what you ate. Most likely, you're going to want to just relax and, take your time with breakfast. So I'm going to go and do another fact that I know is our senses are attached with emotion. So, when I think of our senses, I consider touch, sight, hear, smell, and taste. So I'm going to go and just pretend. I'm going to give you guys a scenario here so that way you guys kind of get a sense of what I'm talking about. So let's just pretend Pastel and I are on a friendship date, okay? And how do I make myself memorable? So I'm on this friendship date and I want to be remembered. So I know that Pastel likes to frolic and run in meadows. So I'm going to plan for us to do this. So this makes the heart rate goes up, and we're going to find dandelions and we're going to wish. And I'm going to bring my radio and put her favorite songs on or mine. Then I would plan for us to get ice cream, and I would say, I'm going to race you. And we'll reach the ice cream parlor, and then she's going to she gets strawberry ice cream, and I get chocolate ice cream. She gets a brain freeze, so this is gonna cause her heart rate to go up, and this is gonna go and get her to remember this because she's running in the meadows and she is having a brain freeze. And I'm using all of the 5 senses. How? I'm using touch, so she is feeling the soft meadow, grass, and dandelions. And by sight, it's something nostalgic because when we think of dandelions, we think of as a child, we used to blow them to wish for this or that. And so this is very nostalgic, and so it'll trigger memories, and it will make her more remember this specific moment. And hearing, because of the radio in the background and her fave music, and smell by nature and the sweet smell from the ice cream. So, and then taste is ice cream, the coldness of it and the flavors from it. So what memory did I create? What emotion? And would this friendship date be memorable? Ask yourself this question. So now I'm going to do scenario 2 for an example here. So I bring Pastel to my place, and I put on screamo music. So let's just pretend she doesn't like screamo music. So I put on screamo music. My pillows on the couch that she's sitting on are scratchy and uncomfortable where she's at. And then the food on the coffee table is old and smells. And then the candle that I put on smells like stables that have not been cleaned. And so what do you think in your mind? What memory did I create? What emotion would I be memorable? So I went and hit all these 5 senses. So the scream music would be the sense of hearing, and then the pillows that are, scratchy and uncomfortable, that would be touch. And then the food on the coffee table hits smell, sight, and taste. And then the candle hits smell. And then so pretty much I am factoring all this. So out of these 2 scenarios, she would remember both of these scenarios because I'm hitting all of the psychological facts here. And but she's gonna like one of these scenarios more than the other, obviously. So it's just how you do it. And I use these facts to help my clients to get back in the dating scene And so I can't go and tell them, oh, go out on the dating scene. No, it doesn't work like that. I have to show it by my actions. So all I can really do is encourage them to go out, do their hobbies, events, but my goal is to get them to go to an event that brings up the heart rate and something that they enjoy, so that way it creates an organic situation for them to meet someone. And then I have to consider the 5 senses to make them feel like their best selves at home. So when I organize, the bathroom or closet, this is the kind of things that I consider. And so pretty much I create all the 5 senses into their home. And so pretty much it has to be an organic kind of situation. And so I go and really think about this, and it really works. And then this is what I mean when I say personalizing organizing with psychology. So when my client goes and brings in someone, then these 5 senses is all considered. And so that way they have a good memory being in this certain place, pretty much. And so this is kind of what I mean by personalizing organizing. So I have helped out multiple clients, and they have found their true love. I know this strategy is effective. So please, guys, use this information in a good way. Please don't use it in a bad way and get someone to fall in love with you. Just please use this in a good way, not in a bad way and whatnot. I would hate for people to use this the wrong way. But if you want to know how I personalize, organize your place, then you can do Zoom calls with me. But I'm going to be breaking down certain problems that a lot of clients have asked and how I could help them. And so for my website, it's going to be more about personalizing, organizing with psychology and how I can do it in their place. But these are these videos here are going to be more about the facts that I got and really how this helped me go and organize someone's place in the most effective way. And so right now I'm just currently making the website. I'm making more videos and figuring out different layouts on how to do it and all that, because there's just so many ways on how to get info out. And then I plan to do more for Unicorn Magic organizing, but I need to get organizing items to be able to do the best possible job. But this is what I really wanted to get across to you guys, because I think there's a lot of confusion when it comes to what I do for a living. A lot of people ask me and I explain, but they're like, oh, I don't get it. And so this is my examples that I can give to you guys on what I use to help people find their true love when it comes to organizing, and how I make those connections when I do it, because I know that to give people a fresh new start in life, there's so many factors involved, and it's not just a good clean, there's actually psychology that needs to be involved, and to help people really accomplish what they really want to do. And then also just really thinking about them as who they are and how their brain works. So this is kind of what I really realized and something that I really love. But I just really wanted to share to you guys a little bit more on the background and where I got my info when it comes to personalizing, organizing with psychology, and a little bit more about Pastel. So I bring her to all my vending events. There's Pastel. And pretty much I have people excited to meet her, and I know that these strategies are very effective, because I've used them throughout life, and I use this for my vending events, this certain strategy on how to be remembered. And it doesn't happen right away. It has to be consistent and repetitive to be remembered. But if you do these strategies, I know you'll be remembered. And so yeah, I can't tell you guys exactly on what I do at my vending events to make myself memorable. You guys have to go to my vending events or meet Pastel and I, so that way you guys can see for yourselves what do I mean. But yeah, this can be used in other aspects of life, not just dating and whatnot. It can be other ways, but this is what I've learned throughout life and my conclusions when I was a bystander on watching people and all that this is the most effective way to be memorable and to help people that want to go back in the dating scene, because a lot of people feel like they can't, or they just can't bring themselves to do it. And so this is when my company comes in and helps you out pretty much. So yeah, I hope you guys loved it and really love the information. Just remember, guys, I'm not a psychologist, but I know a lot about psychology, and it has helped a lot when it comes to my organizing style. So I know it is effective. But yeah, just know, guys, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not saying I am, but this is the information that I have pulled together throughout the years on how to be memorable and how to help people that want to go back in the dating scene. And Pastel wanted to say bye. There we go.